everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides and the universal energies. Okay, I've got my cheat sheet out, which means I'm using the runic tarot and entertainment only, and I'll leave that out because I'm going to blue tack that up to the bookcase there, so it's on full display. Okay, what I want to have a look at in this particular reading is it passed my attention, and those that know me know that when something significant passes my attention that I may glance at and I get grabbed by the scruff of the neck and I get my eyeballs plastered to the screen to look into it further. I literally cannot look away. And so I have to investigate a little bit further. This is my guide saying, you need to have a look at this. Yes, you need to have a look at this with the 9 of Wands there. Absolutely. Do not pass. And what I've got here is secrets being revealed, the bison in the room. Revealing the bison in the room. Okay, so what am I looking at in this particular reading? I am looking at... There were past my newsfeed. Oh, sorry, I'm getting prickly. Oh, prickly. The protests that are happening in a certain Middle Eastern country. I touched on this yesterday. I want to have a look at, there are certain, in the protests that are happening, or the dancing and singing in the street, let's call it what we have to try and get past the censors. There are reports that are coming out from people that were involved that there is a gas that is being used by the authorities, and I'm using that word loosely because I'm not quite sure that it is actually the authorities. That is not tear gas. The dancing and singingers in the street have experienced tear gas, and they say this is something new, and what it is doing, it is several levels worse than tear gas, that actually can result in temporary paralysis, like a collapsing, and it can lead to vomiting up of blood. Now, I had a look at this, and this is all I've pretty much written down. A certain Middle Eastern country using chem weapons on protesters, not tear gas. I question marked mustard gas and got no. And so I put in a couple of the factors and I got methyl isocyanate. Methyl isocyanate. Google it if you want to. And really got said, yeah, very much, yes. Now, because of the defiance, the people standing up, vive la résistance, slava Ukraine, and all the rest of it, the people resisting. There is darkness here, dubiousness here that is not, and it is powerful feminine energy that is trying to overthrow the current regime, and but there is secret stuff going on that certain elements do not want revealed. Now, I believe the Shah is, so if the Ayatollah has tossed, the Shah will step back in. And the Shah is currently overseas. So this is a plan coming to fruition to put the Shah back in. But the powers that be, so what have we got? The 3 of Wands and the 4 of Pentacles. But the powers that be are prepared to burn the place down to get what they want. And I'm not talking about the Ayatollah here. I'm talking about those that have a plan to put the Shah back in. So where do I go with this? Let's have a look. So, am I correct? Oh, gosh, this was on the bottom. Did a quick put back together again, and there it is again. The 10 of Cups, installing somebody and celebrating that installation. So, is there a plan? Yep, there is a plan. This is a new partnership, new beginning, a cleansing to take out the Ayatollah and put in a treasonous plan to put in their own person. Oh, boy. Getting prickles in my head like you wouldn't believe. So tell me, this use, as the US has 2 aircraft carriers, I believe, going to the region, plus the backup destroyers. Is the use of this gas, methyl isocyanate, the release of this gas, who released this gas? Was it the Ayatollah's people, or was it somebody else? Who released? I'm actually feeling quite ill. Who released this gas? The Fool, the new journey. Rooting out to set on a new journey. I don't think it was the Ayatollah's people. Challenged by the Page of Pentacles. Young people demanding protection. Something new. Okay, thank you. My guides are telling me it was something new needed to be done to be able to claim protection. Now, this rune here I'm being drawn to, breakthrough, awakening, embarking on an enterprise. So something new, a breakthrough, and the one through it, so the butterfly symbol is a breakthrough because the one through it was a challenge and a frustration and a block. So this is embarking on a new journey where something new needed to happen because there was a block here. And what I'm getting is that the block was that the protesters were getting the upper hand. Okay. King of Wands striding in with fiery energy and a new plan and a new message. So the energy that it's stewing in is that a new plan of action was required. Boy, in the past, you've got that Ace of Cups, some sort of agreement, some cleansing, but you're also looking at a gas here. Gas comes from liquid. So there was something new that needed to be done. And the Tower. To change the narrative and justify tearing it all down. It feels very false flaggish, but we'll see. The immediate future is the Page of Swords, a whistleblower coming forward with the sword of truth. and the Star card externally. So the here and now. This is going forward. Externally, the Star card. Could be riding in as the champion. This could be somebody who is a new strategy and riding in as the champion. Let's see where it goes. And the Wheel of Fortune, everything changing. Hopes and fears, protection. The outcome, Two of Swords. Plotting behind the scenes, so the strategy, strategizing, the plotting behind the scenes with that 9, and then the military charging in. Knight of Swords and the 5 of Wands. A defiance. And the defiance and isolation. Defiance, I'm getting that this is the Ayatollah. And then we've got the Empress turning her Wheel of Fortune. Iran is very much is a Russian connected country, so is Venezuela. But and then we've got the King of Swords. The strategy being brought to fruition. Right, on the bottom we've got the 5 of Pentacles. The devastation, the out in the cold, the destruction. 3 5s, goodness me. And then we've got the 5 of Swords. The lying, the stealing, the burning down of the camp, claiming victory, claiming justice. But there's something off about this. Setting up guardrails, going back to the past, working together, but the thief in the camp, and then the truth coming out about some sort of relationship, the higher authorities and the High Priestess, and money and manipulation. This is not as it seems. It's like this was just going to say it's giving. I'm going to say it's a false flag. I'm going to say it was a false flag that was designed, seeing CIA emblazoned in lights. False flag giving the regime an excuse to go in to protect the people. How's this going to turn out? I read on it at length yesterday. I know I did, but is it going to be exposed? Is this going to be, you want that one? Is this going to be exposed? Is this going to be exposed for what it is? I'm so rabbit holy. I don't know what Russia's hoping to get out of this. Oh, of course, sorry, I do apologise. So I even posted it. With Venezuela, the US oil companies are refusing to go in. China was the biggest customer of Venezuelan oil, and it was used to pay a debt that Venezuela owed China. What it's doing instead, it is forcing China to buy Russian oil because it can't get it from Venezuela. This has got shades of something similar, but it's also about carving up the planet into the oligarchs. Okay, come on, let's have a look. How will this turn out? Right, King of Cups. Removal of the regime, challenged by the King of Pentacles. Can also be the negotiator, being challenged, trying to negotiate something, being challenged by those that ruthlessly want to go in for financial sake. See where it goes. Secrets being revealed, the energy stewing in, the High Priestess. It's also the card for Israel, and Israel is in that neck of the woods. Ulterior motives. We've got here the Page of Swords and a strategy. Will it be revealed? Burn the place to the ground. Just protect what they actually want. Yes, it will be the Sun card. It will be revealed fully. Queen of Wands, an inspirational female stepping forward internally in the face of this absolute disregard. Female leader stepping forward in the face of this disregard for human life. The corruption. Hopes and fears, the Seven of Wands having to defend themselves against the information when it comes out, and the world. An end, and it reminds me of Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. The end, strength, and justice. How about that for 3 final cards? Wow. Okay. You've got the Knight of Cups, the false friend, bringing with it the Tower. But you've got the 8 of Wands, the Fool, and the King of Swords, bringing forward the truth. And you've got, is that Russia or is that, she's turning the wheel of fortune, the birth of something new. Yeah, it is going to come out. Can I just put it there? It is going to come out, and it will be part of the regime unraveling. We keep saying it's going to come from overseas. Is this it? We'll have to wait and see. But postmark this. Ace of Swords. The truth about it is going to come out, and it ain't going to look good for those that are involved. Okay, love you all. Time for me to go and get a really late lunch. Take care.